Welcome, friends, to another episode of Dan Tremblay Music. Today we're going to talk about Tundra from Spitfire Audio, one of the great Albion series. There seems to be a lot of interest about this particular library. I've talked about it on past videos, and I thought I would talk a little bit more about it today in the advent of the ongoing Spitfire Audio sale, which we're all just dying to get more sample libraries. So I'm going to try to answer the question, is this the right library for you? Let's get to it. Everything is part of the Tundra library with the exception of the piano. Okay, because I'm a piano player, so I wanted to put some piano in there. So just one piano track, the rest are all pulled from Tundra. Oh, and there is Spitfire harp from their harp library. I put that in there. It's very, very delicate in the background. So, but the rest is all Tundra. Okay, so patch number 1, okay, is from the Stevenson Steam Band folder from the Jarv pads. Okay, this one is called Endless Glacier Gate. Okay, so let's just take a quick listen to that. We'll solo it out. So it's kind of like that pulsing kind of airy sound. The air is where this library shines. You know, why would you want air in your recording? Because it just, I don't know, there's something about it, some kind of incredible quality to it. All right, and then I layered that with a Woodwinds patch, just our high woodwinds. This is the aleatoric overblown. All right, so let's check that one out. That starts right about there. So let's check it out. It's almost like an arpeggiated type patch. Very, very cool. So there's that. And then I have some Tundra strings low patch. All right, let's see what we got going on here. And that is from the Strings Low, Soft and Wild. And I got the Sol C patch. All right, so let's check that one out. Come on, man, glorious. It's glorious. You know that it is. All right, and then I thought I'd throw some brass in there. It is literally one note from the brass high folder. And we got the finger trills patch. Why would you put that in there, you ask? So I thought it sounded kind of cool. That's how I roll. So let's check it out. It's just one note, but it says so much. Literally just the end. I ended the song that way. Okay, then we got our piano track. Piano, I almost always use Native Instruments Una Corda, although I will be picking up Noir very soon because that library looks amazing. So there's a little bit of piano, and then I'll play the harp. Let's see what we got going on here. So this is just Spitfire Audio harp patch. So basically just kind of playing like a triplet motif. None of this is quantized. None of this is locked on the grid. This is just straight up play and just go for it. And I love these kind of tracks. I love being off the grid. I love not being locked into the metronome. I love not quantizing. there's a real quality to it, and you don't always get to do it, but when you can, it's lots of fun. So so that is it. Very, very low track count. It seems like it's more just because I had to bounce these tracks in place. So literally, what do we have, like 7 tracks on here? It's just like a very, very basic static mix on my mixers. There's no EQ added except for the harp. I rolled off a little bit of the low and the harp patch just to try to clean it up a little bit. There is no added reverb, processing, nothing, because you don't need to, okay? When you're using libraries like this and you have a low track count, less is more. Don't overdo it. I have a little bit of automation just to roll off the woods part and the brass part right at the end. That was it for automation. And on the mix bus, I have my Ozone isotope, which has all my favorite settings, which basically just is like a faux mastering, I guess you could call it, just to boost the levels, clean up the EQ a little bit, and just kind of get rid of the mud in the middle. And that is it. That is all I added to it. So when you're working with these kind of libraries, I think they're meant to be very, very spacious, very bare, lots of air, lots of room, and just let the track breathe. And to me, the more tracks you throw in with these kind of libraries like Tundra, like Neo, the worse it's going to get. I just don't think they're designed for that. They're very, very quiet, atmospheric. So I'll play the track, and then we'll have some final thoughts, and you can let me know what you think. Here we go. Final thoughts. Who is this library for? If you are looking for really carefully crafted, fine-tuned, quiet scoring for those quiet moments, again, this is just a fantastic library. The airiness to it, it just kind of has a surreal kind of quality to it, just kind of sucks you right into the environment that it was created in. You know, for the type of music that I compose, which is kind of more atmospheric, ambient-ish, I love using it, and it's just my kind of style. I've talked a little bit about before that I am not an epic kind of a composer, and so if you're looking for epic, Tundra is not for you. Okay, the big epic stuff, check out Albion 1. That would be the best place to start. And then you could probably look at Iceni. But if you just want those really quiet, airy kind of sounds that kind of transport you to another universe, then I can't say enough about Tundra. It is just a pleasure to use. As you can see in this project, I used hardly any tracks. You know, what was there, 5 or 6 tracks on there? So you could really just feel the air quality to it. And that's very typical of the style of music that I create. So I look to maybe be doing a similar video on Neo. So I've talked a little bit about the comparisons between Tundra and Neo. Look for an upcoming video where I talk about Neo and I create a composition using almost entirely Neo samples. Stay safe, my friends.